Let's now talk about fast technique versus slow technique. This is a very important distinction. There are a number of times that we are going to finger a passage entirely differently if it's adagio versus if it's prestissimo. So think of it as being the difference between walking and running. That when you walk, you use the entire foot. When you run, you tend to be on the front of your foot. Even in that hybrid speed between a fast walk and a slow jog, the difference is when you shift away from using the back of the foot. Same sort of thing here. In my slow technique, I'm going to use flatter fingers, the pads of the fingers. I'm going to shift my balance from finger to finger quite a bit. Whereas when I'm playing fast technique, if I'm having to play as fast as I possibly can, I'm using more nearly the tips of the fingers, and I'm finding one balance that works for the entire passage. So let me give you an example. If I'm playing something like passage from Mozart's symphony, I think that's Hofner, I don't have time to keep switching my balance of my hand. I have to find whatever makes me sound as clean and clear as possible and keep up with whatever the tempo is. Where if I'm playing something much slower, let's see. I might want to hear all of those shifts. Whereas if I were in fast technique, where I'm not necessarily adding additional shifts for expressive purposes, it might make more sense to play. It might make more sense to just go across strings and stay on the tips of my fingers and minimize the total number of shifts. So when do you switch? When do you use fast technique? When do you use slow technique if you're kind of in a moderate tempo? I would say err on the side of the slow technique, shifting for musical